The very first witness that the prosecution called yesterday was a paramedic from Canton, and Alan Jackson just demolished him. And you could see him after the cross-examination where his face is just like he's like shaking. He like loosens his collar. He's like, Timothy Nuttall is the first witness's name, and he was just having a visceral reaction to the stress he felt from the cross-examination from Alan Jackson. But one thing I will say is that if you are going to change your story at any point during this trial and you are so certain that you are not only telling the truth but your memory's serving you correctly, you better be sure. Because if you're not sure, Alan Jackson will come for you, and if he senses the smallest bit of uncertainty, he will pounce like a lion on its prey. So let's watch the clips.
The phrase, I hit him.
Well, Andy showed him the video.
You cleared that up in the two meetings, 3 weeks ago and 2 weeks ago. What did you talk about last night?
Mostly
What
just,
time I needed to be here? Tell the truth, stay calm.
making sure that everything was as it had been. I mean, and by that, I mean, it was 3 times, and that we were continuously making sure that everything was the way that it had happened that morning.
Everything was the way that Mr. Brennan wanted it to be.
No, sir. The way that it was in, I remember it, and I recall it happening.
Okay. 3 times, not 2 times, correct?
If that's what
Yes,
you
sir.
remember, why
And
talk
then the
about it
last
3
night
times
he
is the
called you
point
just
here.
to make sure one more time you're going to stick with that testimony that it was 3 times, not 2 times.
This
correct?
is
sir.
witness 1.
Just a second. May I have just a moment, Your Honor?
Yeah. This is witness 1. And the defense is pointing out for the jury, witness number 1, and that statement, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. And the testimony is already inconsistent from prior testimony.
And when you distinctive article of clothing?
Yep.
And you testified last year that Mr. O'Keefe was wearing that clothing, which you had to remove or somebody had to remove in order for him to be properly assessed.
I did testify that way, yes, sir.
Okay. And you mentioned that your memory of that big, heavy winter coat was as clear as your memory of other specifics in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
I asked you that exact question, didn't I?
You did.
And I said, your memory of him having that big, puffy coat on, which stood out in your mind, was just as clear as the other specifics that you've testified to about the case.
Yes, sir.
About that night.
For all of you
And
asking
turns
what
out
happened
you
to
were
a coat,
completely wrong about his clothing, correct?
no coat.
Correct.
Matter of fact, he wasn't wearing a coat at all.
No, sir.
He wasn't wearing a winter coat, correct?
Nope.
He wasn't wearing a heavy winter coat,
Wait, what? Wait, what?
correct?
Correct.
He wasn't wearing a puffy, heavy winter coat.
He was not.
Yet you testified that he was wearing all of that, and that was clear in your mind at the time.
Goes
Sir.
to memory.
Next question.